folks, Uncle Jesse here, back in the kitchen. You see me with you see this apron? That means we're doing Italian tonight. We are having chicken Marsala, which is an American Italian dish, and it's basically chicken cutlet, and it's made in a Marsala sauce with mushrooms. And hey, you're gonna see how I do it. So just watch. Let's start right now. Okay, folks, so first of all, I'm going to dredge my chicken, okay? And let me show you. I don't know if you can see, there's a lot of sun coming into these windows today. Anyway, I like to swift the flour, get all these lumps all out of it, okay? Now, nothing else, no egg, no water, no nothing. I'm just going to drench my chicken in this flour, okay, like so. Okay, this guy sure knows a lot. Anyway, here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna pack it down, okay, and I'm just gonna brush off the excessive I took these chicken cutlets and I just put some salt on it, some pepper, and not too much, because you won't need that much, because you're gonna, when you cook this, the flavors are gonna turn. Okay, so brush it off, right? Dust it off. I smash these down pretty thin so they cook evenly and more flavorful with my mallet. Okay, so there you go. And again, when you're working with chicken, always wash your hands before and after. Okay, so I'm taking these cutlets, and like I said, I'm drenching them in flour. And then I'm going to put them on a plate like you see. And then I'm going to start preparing them and preparing to cook them. Okay, I'm going to saute these, fry, what you call it, with garlic, with actually with olive oil and butter. Okay, so here we go. Wash my hands. I like to wash my hands often. And especially when you're working with this flour. I hate working with flour. So, yeah. Let me dry my hands here. So, folks, there you got it, okay? So, let's start cooking the chicken, okay? Turn the stove on, right? That's the first thing to do. The sun is beaming through my window. In the springtime, I guess the shifting of the sun comes through my window of my kitchen, and it's like, you can't see crap. Anyway, I'm warming up my pan here. I'm going to show you. Okay. So I hope you can see that, because I'm more. Okay, so I'm going to warm this up. I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons and a half of olive oil. If it looks like you need more, you can put a little bit more. Okay. Then I'm going to, in order for this not to burn, I'm going to put my butter in here. Okay. There we go. Melt my butter in there. And as soon as this gets warm, I'm going to start frying my chicken in this mix right there. So folks, as you can see, I'm frying on a medium heat here. I am frying my chicken cutlet, okay? So I don't want to crowd them up, so I'm frying these in the beginning, okay? About 2-3 minutes, about 3 or 4 minutes on each side. And then I'll flip it like so. Here we go with so again. Okay, there you go. Okay. And cook these thoroughly. And then you're gonna set these aside on a plate. You're gonna cook the second batch. And then you're gonna start making the Marsala sauce. And then everything's going to be dumped back in there, and with the sauce and the mushrooms and the whole thing, okay? So stay tuned for that. Okay, folks, so my chicken is almost done. I was stir-frying, not stir-frying, but I was sort of frying my chicken cutlets in olive oil and butter. The olive oil added to the butter prevents the butter from burning. So I've just fried 4 pieces of the chicken, and I got about 3 more in the pan. And I'm going to start, I've taken this out of the pan, set it aside, and then I'm going to start making my Marsala sauce so that I can return my chicken into the sauce. And I'm also cooking 1 cup of mushrooms on the side. Now you can cook it all together, but I'm doing it on the side for a reason that only I know. Well, I just want to do it that way. Okay, so I'm cooking my mushrooms. Let me show you. So I got my mushrooms in here. Okay, I'm not a big fan. I'm cooking my mushrooms with a little bit of olive oil, just cooking them, softening them up, and then my chicken is over here. Let me check this chicken. Look at this nice, crispy brown. This is what you're looking for, okay? And all this stuff in the bottom here, don't worry about it, because this is going to help the sauce when you make the sauce. So this is, I think, about done. And I can lay it here. I can take it out, put it on the side. Okay. Now I'm cooking my mushrooms, like I said, in olive oil, just olive oil. Softening them up. I'm going to continue to do that. Okay. Now to this pan here, let me take this off the flame for a few minutes. Okay. Okay, folks. So I took my chicken out, and now after I took the chicken out, some of this oil and everything that's left in there, that's good because you can actually this is good because you can it'll make good for the gravy. Okay, there you go. And you're gonna put another 2 teaspoons of butter. Okay, another 2 teaspoons of butter. You're gonna put about a teaspoon of olive oil, give or take, so that the butter doesn't burn. Melt down the butter, and then you're gonna put give it a few minutes here. Okay. And when you do that, you're going to put the Marsala sauce. Okay. And you're going to put in 2 tablespoons of chicken stock. Okay. There you go. Chicken broth. And you're going to bring it to a boil. Let that boil in there. Okay. And then put in about a teaspoon for now. Let me see. I'm gonna use 1 teaspoon of flour. Okay, and I'm just gonna whip this up. I'm gonna whip this up like so, and I'm just gonna keep an eye on the consistency of the sauce. I want this to thicken up, so as it gets hotter, it will thicken up. Okay, and if not, you just keep adding more flour until you get that sauce consistency that you want. Okay. Now I can see it's starting to get a little bit thick, and you just keep whipping it. Okay, just keep whipping it, get the lumps out of there, and just keep adding more flour. Okay, until you get to where you want. Now you gotta boil it, let it boil so that the alcohol in the Marsala wine will evaporate, and you'll just be left with the flavor from the Marsala and not the alcohol. Okay, so remember that. Okay, so I'm still adding more flour. There you go. More flour. Don't worry about adding more flour until you get it to where you want it to, okay? There you go. Now some people might say, what the hell is he doing? Well, this is the way I do it all the time. Okay. And it seems like it's getting thick, okay? Seems like it's getting thick. As it gets warmer, it should start to thicken up, okay? And when this thickens up, then I'm going to return the chicken in there. I'm going to throw in the mushrooms. And then I'm going to let it simmer in that sauce, and we'll see what happens. So stay tuned. Okay, so I just added the flour to it to thicken up the sauce. And you can add flour until you thicken up the sauce the way you want it. Now what I'm doing, I'm shifting it around, and I can smell the alcohol from the Marsala wine cooking off. And that's what you want. You don't want the alcohol in there. You want to cook it off. So make sure you simmer it for a little while, bring it to a boil. This way the alcohol evaporates, you don't end up drunk after dinner, and you just get the flavor of the Marsala. Okay, so I'm making sure my flour is okay. So the consistency of this gravy is what you like, okay? This is semi-thick, so I think for me it's good. You can get it thicker, but I think this is good. Now I'm going to throw in my mushrooms. I'm going to throw my mushrooms in there, okay? And let my mushrooms simmer in there for a little while. Okay, like so. And you can see that the sauce is definitely thickening up more. Now I'm gonna return my chicken into the sauce. There you go. And there you go. Okay. And I'm gonna let that cook in there for a little while. I'm telling you, this is great. And oops, that one's alive, wants to fly away. Okay. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cook this in there, in here, maybe another 5 minutes or so. Let the flavors get in there. Okay. As you can see, lower the flame. And you can see the gravy thickening up right now as you added the meat and the mushrooms. So it's pretty good. Look at this gravy. Look at this. Look how delicious this looks, folks. And it smells delicious. So I'm going to simmer this very, very low for a couple minutes, and then it's done. That's it. My chicken masala is done. Now I'm going to get the pasta ready, okay? So stay tuned. Okay, folks, so my chicken is done. Now I'm going to start boiling my water for my pasta. Now I'm usually this dish well, you can do this dish, this chicken masala, it goes with rice, you can do it with mashed potatoes. I like to do it with pasta. Usually we'll do it with spaghetti or linguine. I prefer linguine. But we have lo mein yesterday, which is like, you know, noodles. It's the same thing, right? So today I'm going to switch it around, and we're going to have penne rigatoni. So anyway, folks, I'm boiling my water, and it looks like my water is already boiling. That was quick. And I'm going to pour the pasta in there, okay? Okay, folks, so my water's boiling. I put my pasta in there, and let me see, you guys, my head is being cut off. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to cook my pasta al dente, which means a little bit crunch to the, a little bit resistance when you bite down, okay? Not the mushy pasta, a little bit resistant when you bite down. So that's al dente, okay? And now I am going to start making my. So I'm gonna this pasta is gonna go. It's gonna be with olive oil and garlic, and that's it. Okay, so let me show you how this is done. Okay, so I warm up my. I've coated my. There you go. About a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. Good olive oil. Always use good olive oil. And I'm gonna cook my garlic in there. Just gotta make sure that you don't burn the garlic, because then you change the flavor of the. You know, you burn the garlic, you change the flavor of the olive oil, you ruin everything, okay? So make sure you don't burn the garlic, okay? So you got to keep moving the garlic, you got to cook it low, and I'll show you how it's done. Okay, folks, so to this olive oil, I'm going to start putting in my garlic, okay? I'm going to put a lot of garlic in there. I use I don't know, I lost count, but I think about 4 cloves of garlic, more or less, okay? So I'm going to cook the garlic in here with this oil. And let me raise the heat a little bit, okay? So I'm going to do this so it can release the flavors of the garlic, but making sure that you don't burn the garlic. Make sure you don't burn. You got to keep an eye on it, really, because garlic burns right quickly. So make sure, okay? And you want to mix that up. Now while I'm doing that, I'm going to be using some fresh parsley, okay? Fresh parsley, which is delicious. And I'm just going to cut it up. No special pieces. Okay. I'm not gonna. Okay. So okay. So. Okay. So there goes my fresh parsley. Okay, let me move my garlic around because it will start to burn. Okay. So folks, make sure you don't burn your garlic, okay? My garlic is looking good, it's smelling good, it's cooking evenly. I'm going to show you the trick. Okay? I'm going to take the same water that these pasta is being boiled in. Okay, not water from the the water from the pasta. Okay, look at that. Okay. The water from the pasta is what you're going to be using. Okay. There you go. And I just put it into. Okay. There you go. Now, I'm going to start picking out my pasta and throwing it in here. Okay. Let that evaporate in there a bit. And you're going to put this in here. There you go. Okay. And you're going to let that cook in there because now it's got all the flavor. It's got the garlic, it's got the oil, it's got some salt I put in there. I'm going to put in some fresh parsley. Okay, there you go. This is looking good and it smells good. Okay. So, stay tuned. So folks, there goes your pasta. Pasta with olive oil and garlic, and that's it. Okay, no red sauce today. This is more healthier. And I put some fresh parsley in it, and of course I added some fresh basil. Finishing touch. So let's get this ready for the table. So folks, this looks delicious. Chicken marsala and pasta with olive oil and garlic. I'm going to take it to the table. We're going to see it in a minute. Okay folks, so there goes my pasta with olive oil and garlic. Chicken marsala with the mushrooms on top, with the mushroom sauce. We got some nice toasty buttered bread there. Gotta have bread with the pasta, right? And it smells good. Fresh parsley, fresh basil, some pecorino romano that I threw on top. Oh my God, it smells good. So, this is it today. Look at that chicken. Look at that chicken, folks. Oh man. Get a picture of this. Yeah. Well, folks, that's it for today. So let's recap what we did. We did some chicken marsala, okay, and some pasta. You can do linguine, you can do spaghetti, whatever. But today I used rigatoni, and you know, I boiled it and watch the video, see how I did it. It's only got olive oil and garlic. That's all it's got, folks. Very good for you. Olive oil and garlic. That's it. Two things that are great for you. No red sauce today, all that greasy stuff. Hey, let's stay away from that for a while. So anyway, folks, with that said, Italian night tonight. It's an Italian-American dish. That's it. Let me go to the table before it gets cold. Enjoy this, and see you guys tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be around tomorrow. I got something to do, but we'll see. But I'll continue cooking. Hey, love you guys.